Uh, Hello children, today we are going to discuss about nucleus. As you already know, the structure of the cell can be divided into three parts, that is cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. We have discussed about cell membrane already, so today we are going to discuss about nucleus. Okay, nucleus is a very prominent structure inside the cell. When you draw the structure of the cell, there is a dark color round structure you draw, that is the nucleus, right? So today we are going to discuss about the structure of nucleus in details. Okay, nucleus has a double layer outer membrane. Okay, double layer outer membrane like this. You have to draw this structure as this structure is very important. It comes in exams also. Okay, this membrane we call it as nuclear membrane. Okay, as the outermost layer of the cell is called as cell membrane, same, the outermost layer of nucleus is called as nuclear membrane. It's easy to remember, right? And you see there are pores in the nuclear membrane. You see I have left some gap here. This gap or this pore we call it as nuclear pore. Okay, this nuclear pore help the nucleus in the transfer of material from inside to outside of the nucleus. That is from inside the nucleus to the cytoplasm and from cytoplasm to inside the nucleus. Okay, now the nucleus contain chromosome actually. Okay, the nucleus contain chromosome, but chromosome is will be visible only when the cell is about to divide. Okay, chromosome has a human chromosome has some rod like structure like this, right? Okay, so but this will be only visible when the cell is about to divide. Okay, when the cell is ready to reproduce or when the cell is ready to divide. Generally, when the cell is not dividing, chromosome will be present in the form of chromatin fibers or chromatin materials, which is an entangled mass of thread like structure. Okay, this is called as chromatin fibers. It's nothing but an entangled thread, thread that has been entangled, and also you will find a nucleus. So this is the structure of nucleus. You should learn how to draw. It's very easy. You can draw it in 1 minute only. Okay. Now let's discuss the function of this chromosomes, or let's say the chromatin fibers. Okay, chromosomes chromosomes contain information for inheritance of characters from the parents to the next generation. For example, you must have the eyes of your mother. You get you have a similar nose as your father, right? So this information is carried from the parents to you with the help of chromosomes. Okay, so chromosome is a very important structure. Chromosome is made up of DNA and protein. Okay, DNA is, you already know I guess, deoxyribonucleic acid, right? So how do they carry it? They carry, when the cell divides, this particular chromatin fiber will, they won't be chromatin fiber when the cell is dividing. What will they become? They will become chromosomes. Okay, and this chromosome will be carried from parents to the offspring or parents to the child. Okay, so this particular DNA, you must have heard about something called as gene, which is the inheritance unit. So what is this gene now? Okay, I already told you chromosomes are made up of DNA and protein. Okay? Chromosomes are basically thread-like structure. So this DNA structure, DNA is have a little helical-like structure like this. So that this helical structure of DNA, it's coiled in in certain protein coiled, and they form the chromosomes. Okay, like this is, for example, this is a DNA and this is certain protein. Okay, so they form the chromosome. Now the inheritance unit, they say the functional unit of the functional unit of chromosomes, or the functional segments of DNA, is, we call it as gene. What is this functional unit? I'll tell you. Each part of these DNA will be responsible for certain characters in you. Okay, for example, this part of the DNA is responsible for your eye character, for the color of your eye. Then this is the functional unit of the color of the eye, and this is called as gene. Okay, so you must have understood the relation between chromosome, DNA and gene, right? So this is about nucleus now, and you have already written the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Some cell, they don't have proper nucleus. Okay, they don't have nuclear membrane. Okay, although they have the genetic material, that is, they will have the DNA, but then they'll have chromosomes, but they will not have this nuclear membrane and proper nucleus. That type of organism, that type of cell, we call it as prokaryotic cell, and the organism, we call it as prokaryotic organism. And organism, or the cell which have proper nucleus, we call it as eukaryotic organism. Like we are eukaryotic organisms. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.